All right, well, it's officially mud season. I think it was mud season a couple weeks ago. I think we already got started, but you know, we did get more snow over the weekend, and it's melting, and you know, it just makes everything a mess around here. We got a big weekend coming up, so Brian's hoping that's going to be dry enough that he's going to start the excavating in the shed, and I got a big art show to get ready for. You need to see how square you are. Oh boy, it's all happening. All right, what are we doing?
Stick that right in the corner.
You found the last patch of snow. Look at you up there. So now that everything's laid out, the next step would be the digging. But one thing has to happen, because Brian's going to use the tractor, and there's some limitations with the reach that he can access from outside these forms. So he's going to take off the front edge of it so he can get the tractor and dig down 36 inches in every corner. You can't even get around the back side with the tractor because of the edge. So thus all of the staking into place.
Exactly.
But now the snow is flying, so I don't think it's time for digging. No. Not today. Hopefully it'll dry out by midweek, and then by Friday you'll be able to start the dig.
Yeah, or when I get home from work, I can.
Yeah.
Tuesday night maybe.
We'll see how much snow we get. That could be the determining factor. That escalated fast. It's all white now. Also wanted to give a shout out to the great tips that we got from our last video and our foundation problem with the moisture coming in. So I wanted to show you the front of the house where the location is on that leak. So as you can see, where that snow still is on the roof line up there, that's the north side of the house, and all that moisture is draining right into the corner of the house there. That is the location of where that water's coming in. So void or no void, we might still have that issue with water accumulating in that spot, because right now we don't have any diversion in that corner. We didn't mention this in the last video, but Brian has been talking about regrading right around the house in that area. So he wants to raise it up another 8 inches to really encourage water drain off in the right direction away from the house, as well as putting in a gutter or downspout to pull that snow that melts right on that roof line, all in that corner, to draw it away from that corner. If we take a closer look, you can tell by the way the driveway is looking moisture-wise. So a low spot right here, that's wet. A low spot right here, that's wet. And as you get closer to the house, look at all this wet spot. So we don't have the grading just right yet. So we have a twofold plan to tackle this problem. And they're definitely in line with what you guys suggested. So the first one, obviously, is to regrade the driveway. Now, Brian did do a lot of grading this summer on the driveway, but it's not quite enough built up against the house to encourage draining away from the house. So if we look closer, so you can see just right where I'm standing how soft and muddy it is. It's just really wet right here. And then the snow just came off the roof. So the other obvious solution would be if we could put some gutters up on these corners, the one right across the door and one on this eave, on this part of the house right there. So there's that corner. So if we can divert the water from draining off the roof sides and we can put a gutter and a downspout over here and away from the house, I think that would make a huge difference. It's not that we didn't plan for drainage. Actually, I'll show you right here. There is pipe drainage that Brian planned for. It's under the house. So if we were to put a downspout and connect it right there, then that would divert a lot of the water as well. We'll definitely keep you guys posted on the status of the foundation fix, but I think it's going to be a little bit more of a involved project later on this summer. Maybe he'll, when he gets to the grading. We actually have a couple of loads of gravel on order. That's going to be coming to be able to do the concrete pour for the shed and to finish off some of the driveway. So grading will be happening soon, especially now that the freezing days are behind us. So we'll definitely be able to make some more progress on this driveway. It's just that awkward mud season and we just have to go through it. One of the most fun parts of doing an outdoor art show is that you need a canopy tent and you have to load all your gear into the car. So doing that today while I've got a break. But when you're working outside this time of year, it's really noticeable when you're playing in the mud. The trick is not getting the dog in the car while you're doing this. There you go. You're gonna have to move out of this way. Move it. Might have to distract him a little bit, take him for a walk in the woods so he doesn't feel so left out. He knows when I pack up the car that he's not coming, so he's being very adamant about being included since he didn't get to come to New Mexico last week. So one thing I've been looking for this time of year specifically is a pair of footwear that I can wear when I'm running in and out of the house and I'm not going to ruin my shoes, because you go from mud to snow to mud to dirt and you're constantly tracking in mess. And as much as the snow is melted, you're still going to find remnants of it in the woods. This is where all the snow accumulates and on the trail. So when I'm walking Vigo, it's really nice to have some convenient, comfortable footwear to throw on that can handle all those conditions. So I'm giving a shout out to the Hisea brand. They are makers of very comfortable footwear and boots for mud boots, muck boots, and things you can wear all around. In fact, they sent me a pair of their ankle height women's garden boots, and I picked out the camouflage pattern, which are really cool. Ideally, I've been looking for a pair of boots that are not high. You know, I wear snow boots all winter long, and it's nice to be able to take boots off finally when you're not dealing with feet of snow. But I can't wear regular shoes around here. There's a mixture of mud, snow, and it will ruin a pair of shoes. So it's nice to have something that's easy to slip on and off. So that is really the big feature of these boots, is how easy they are to put on and off. I'm gonna test my balance here, guys. So they are ankle height, which is nice. You don't feel like wearing clunky boots. You can just slide into ankle height, and they have this nice, awesome, perfect like grab feature on the back side of the boot as well. They're like muck boot style where they're very roomy. You could wear really thick socks with these, so they're very roomy in the foot. And I think that's what's nice, that you don't need laces or anything to tie them up. They just slide on and off. And because it's really elastic around the ankle, it has that snugger fit at the top. And the tread is very rugged. I feel like I'm getting really good traction with these. The tread goes all the way up here into the arch. It definitely feels like a nice solid sole, and all waterproof through here. So all the camouflage print is very waterproof. They have other styles if you don't like the camo. I thought that was the most stylish and probably the best to hide the mud on the boot itself. But you can actually wear these in two ways. You can wear them up like this, which works really great if you have tuck-in pants, like your thin little pants like that. I actually recommend rolling them down like this. So if you prefer more of a shoe than a boot, you can definitely roll them down for even a more lower profile, and they feel less bulky on your ankle. You know, they're just right around the ankle this way. And these definitely help with easier movement, going all around. I can see myself beekeeping in these, gardening, doing chores, going to the grocery store when it's muddy out or snowing. So I've definitely been looking for a pair of boots like this that weren't gigantic boots up to the knees, like big rain boots. I think those would be too clunky. So I'm loving the garden height style and the ankle style. But one recommendation is if you do wear them up like this, then I would make sure that you have socks that are really snug, or pants that go in. If you have pants that go over, they tend to rub on the sock, and eventually your sock works its way down into the boot. So you don't want that. So either wear tuck-in pants, tighter socks, or roll down the boot. So they're probably not the kind of footwear for somebody who lives in Florida, but they're perfect for people who live in those four-season places, or if you got a long mud season and you're tired of wearing winter boots all the time, or you don't want to get your nice boots dirty and you just want something easy to slide on and off. I definitely recommend the Hisea brand for their garden style boots. I'll also put some links into the video description so you can get 15% off your order with CO Mountain code. So definitely check them out, guys. But yeah, if you don't like the camo or you don't like the low style, they have multiple styles for men and for women on their website. So check them out, hisea.com. So I won't be around this weekend to catch all the action going on with the excavating, but I think Brian's going to be able to get it on camera for me. So I know he made a little box for the time-lapse camera. So I think he's going to get that going, and you know, maybe he can get all prepped and ready for the gravel delivery if that comes next week. So definitely taking action, definitely gonna be breaking ground, all very exciting. If the moisture can hold off, it doesn't turn into a mud pit, that would be a miracle. That's the update for this week, and we will keep you updated on the weekend progress later on. All right, guys, see ya. Bye now. And symbolically, the snowblower is off the tractor. That means it's probably gonna snow at least one more time, at least a big amount, just since we took that off.
Big O, did you make those tracks?
Find the mouse. It was right over here. It's going to be so awesome to get rid of all this junk and actually have a shed to fit it all in. I'm sure Brian's been anticipating the day. Hopefully we don't have to trash too much. Hopefully some of the stuff held up through the last couple of winters when it's been exposed. But definitely looking to get rid of all of this and move on to the garage at some point after the shed's built.